Well, happy Thursday, leaders. I hope everyone is doing well. Just wanted to give you a quick couple things for Sunday. First of all, the lesson is in Matthew chapter 6. We're continuing through what does it mean to be a disciple. And this Sunday looks at disciple lives for God's glory. And the lesson wants to kind of pull out the direction in Matthew 6 being that the things we do, the spiritual things we do are for God's glory and not for our own. And which I think is a great lesson to pull out of this, a great thing that Jesus wants us to get from this. But I think there's even more to it about the spiritual things that we do being real on the inside, not just being things that we do for show. What's interesting is the three things that he highlights, and I recently just learned this, but the three things that Jesus highlights, giving, prayer, and fasting, are not just three random spiritual disciplines that Jesus picked, but these are kind of the three cornerstone or the three pillar things of Judaism that would have been practiced at the time, that these are the most spiritual things that you can do on a daily basis, the things that the Pharisees were experts at doing, especially in front of others. And so Jesus highlights the three most important things in practicing their faith to focus on are, it's not the activity itself, it's the heart behind it. And I think another thing that would be really important to point out to our students is that doing things from the heart does not mean necessarily doing things from emotion. I think a lot of times today we equate heart with emotion, but the biblical term for heart is the whole inner being, your mind, your will, your emotions, your motives, your gut instincts, everything that's on the inside of you, that's your heart, right? And so when it says that, doing these things from the heart, or when you do them in secret, it shows what your heart is, that your heart is not attention for me. Your heart, your motive is for God's glory and to know Him. But that doesn't necessarily mean that on any given day you're going to feel like doing those things. You may not feel like fasting. You may not have a joyful emotion in the moment about giving, but your motive still on the inside can be, I want to do this for God, not for me, even when I don't feel like it. So helping them draw that line between emotion and heart. And then finally, really highlighting why God's glory. Why does it matter that we do things for God's glory? And two things I want them to see. One is because only He's worthy of it. Anything good in our life that we're able to accomplish or do, God has done it. But second of all, it's we want to point people to God and not to us, because God's the one they need, not us. So when we do things for God's glory, it's not just about applauding God, which He's worthy of, but it's also about pointing them to the one who can do the same thing in their life, and the one that they need, who created them. And so that's where we're headed this Sunday in the lesson. Don't forget, this Sunday is also our leader meeting during the 11:15 hour. We will be in the student room at 11:15, and I'll be going over a lot of stuff for the months ahead. And so I hope you'll be there. Can't wait to hang out with you. Just be in prayer for Sunday, and we'll see you then.